Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another Order 66 raid video. Now no gameplay in this one, instead I just want to take a few moments to actually kind of look and reflect upon my account. I had a bit of thought through of, what teams I want to level up now that dust has settled on the raid, right? We kind of know what teams can do what. CG kind of said, hey, we're not nerfing anything, you just guys go out and have fun. So just kind of made a plan, and this I just want to talk you through it as well. On top of it all, guild as well kind of has been keeping us up to date with the guild goals of where they would like us to push for in terms of the score by certain time frames. So I just want to as well compare where I will be at in terms of that. So spoiler alert, apologies to my guild, I'll be a bit late on those goals, but anyway, they're not like my guild is not like hardcore, you must do this otherwise you're out. Just more like trying to push people to understand what to go for. Okay, so let's hop over to the game now and we can just go through the teams. So obviously the first team I've shown already about a week ago, Relicate, Back gives me now easy 2.7 million, really no RNG in this one pretty much. It was also a low investment for me. I already had Back, Shakti at Relic 7, just push them to Relic 9. Plo was there already because of his ship, and then Ahsoka farm eventually anyways. So the only real investment was for me Jocasta from Relic 5 to Relic 8, and this was kind of a quick win, which then I posted a few days ago a video actually showing you my total score that I can now do, which is about 4.3 million, which is about nice jump. I think on my first attempt when the raid launched I was like 1.4 million, so very nice boost within a month span, right, in terms of the score. But that was, because of a quick boost that Back can bring. Now up next, the next team that I will be pushing for, that you can see I'm kind of the closest with, is the new Bad Batch. And I'm kind of halfway there, so maybe another month and they will be at Relic 7. So as you can see here, we already have Omega ready at Relic 7. Wrecker just needs a one piece, right, to get to Gear 13. Then another week to relic him to 7. I don't have any material hoarded, that's why. Well, obviously I'm working on that piece for Wrecker. I will push Badger to Relic 7 as well. So in about, week's time, you could say I will have 4 out of 5 Badger at Relic 7. But the last piece will take a little bit longer because I'm still farming Crosshair. 68 shards away from 7 stars now. The way I'm farming these new units is just doing a single refresh a day, which means for every unit that I'll be talking about, I'm basically doing 10 attempts a day on their hard nodes. And average drop rates are basically 30% roughly, right? So you're basically getting 3 shards a day. So all my calculations are based off roughly 3 shards a day. So just something to keep in mind. And because I need 68 shards, about, I don't know, 3 weeks worth of farming to get him to 7 stars. And then another week, obviously, to get him to Gear 14 and Relic. So in about 4 weeks' time, I should be able to boost my score of that at that time I had was like 4.3 million. I'll be able to boost it by another 1.3 million. So the total score in 4 weeks for me should be roughly 5.6 million. Whereas my goal, ideally, they were asking to reach that goal within 2 weeks. So I'll be only 2 weeks late. Not bad, I think. However, this is where things will slow down. Up next, I will be working on clones, and I will be bringing these 4 clones to Relic 9. I'll just run a clone team without Tarkin. I do not plan to put materials on Tarkin. He's at Relic 7. He'll stay there because Relic 9 is very scarce, right? Especially the droid brain. So if I can get away with getting as little as Relic 9 units as possible, that's the better. I wouldn't even bring clones to Relic 9. I would keep them at Relic 8 and then maybe push Mace to Relic 8 or maybe Bad Batch to Relic 8. But I need a Relic 9 team for Lloyd Vader for Sector 5 and 6 in territory battles. And I don't have any of his original team like, Pietro, Algard, Maul. I didn't get around yet to getting them to Relic 9. If I already have those at Relic 9, I wouldn't even do probably clones to Relic 9. But because I don't, I need them for territorial battles anyway, so I would do that regardless of the raid or not. So, but the only issue is things will take time. Now let's go and have a closer look. As you can see, this guy's clone trooper, 1 piece away, obviously there from Gear 13, but he'll have to wait because obviously I'm getting Wrecker and Crosscar first to gear 13 before he is up next. So at least I'm there. I think he was a Cantina farm, right? That's why I have him at 7 stars already. But remember, we are pushing clones to Relic 9, not to Relic 7. So I'm kind of predicting, based on my estimations, that this clone trooper will be Relic 9 in 3 weeks, which again, not too bad. However, things will slow down because of farming, right? Apple, 6 stars, 100 shards away from being a 7-star unit, and I can take him to Relic 9. So in terms of farming the shards, about 5 weeks still worth of farming here, and then another week, you know, to get him to gear 13, another week to get him to Relic 9. So in 7 weeks, I'll have 2 clones at Relic 9, right? Let's move over to CX2. He is currently 5 stars, again, not too bad. About 7 weeks still worth of farming him. And then obviously add another 2 weeks for gear 13 and Relic 9. So in 9 weeks, I'll have 3 clone troopers at Relic 9. So maybe even in 9 weeks, I'll be able to obviously, you know, even put Relic 7 Tarking in there and do higher tier. But I won't be able to do Relic 9 tier yet. For that, we'll have to wait for Scorch. And I literally got him, I think, to 4 stars today. So still got a lot of farming to do. According to my calculations, still about 12 weeks just for the shards, and then add another 2 weeks, right, for gear 13, Relic 9. So in 14 weeks, which is like what, about 4-ish months, I will finally have my clones ready. Which will then, at the moment I'm getting with clone Stark in 450k, and with this boost I'll boost my score by 3.1 million, so a nice big jump. So in about 4 months my total score will be 8.7 million. Whereas my guild is kind of hoping that we can, you know, get to like 7.5-ish million within a month and a half. So I'll be about 2.5-3 months late on the next goal already. So you can see we started to fall behind a little bit here. Alright, so let's look at the next team now. After that, I will be working on Mace. Obviously, in order to do that, I'll have clones ready anyways, right? Because I'm working on them first. Now, Deepa and Temple Guard, not even farmable yet. I think Temple Guard will be probably farmable, I don't know, in about 2 weeks time. And once he becomes farmable, I actually made quite good progress with him. So another 7 weeks of farming, 2-week wait to farm him. So essentially in 9 weeks, I'll have him to 7 stars, which means in 10 weeks, he will be at Relic 7. And then Deepa kind of, you know, will come even later, right? Once she becomes farmable, I have about 10 weeks of farming to get her to 7 stars. She'll be farmable about, I don't know, 4 weeks. Add another week on top to get her to Relic 7. So in about 15 weeks, I will be finally ready to unlock Mace. Now, the thing with Mace is we don't know when he's coming back. What if I just miss him? Then I'll have to wait another 3-4 months, right? So in about 5 to 6 months, obviously depending on when Mace returns, hopefully I won't just miss out on him, right? This will now then boost my score by 1.8 million and bring my estimated total score to about 10.5 million, which is kind of what I call a soft max score, because if, you know, guild, you have 50 players in the guild, they each score about 10 million-ish, right? Then you get that 512 million max crate. And that really is kind of the end goal for my guild, is that max rewards, and the kind of the timelines they put the time frame for us we should try and work for is that in 2.5 months we all will be hitting 10.5 million. So you can see here I will be 3 or 4 months late to actually get there. But luckily, obviously my guild, hopefully they'll be reasonable and be like, yeah, that's fine. It's the, you know, free to play way where you actually just need to farm things, and things just take time, unfortunately. Yeah, you can do more refreshes a day, right, to get shards faster, but then the bottleneck becomes gear, the bottleneck becomes relics, especially when you're pushing for high relics. So just kind of, you know, for me personally, the amount of resources I have, doing 1 refresh a day just kind of keeps up nicely with the pace of gear and relics, so I don't really feel bottlenecks. The only bottleneck I kind of feel now is because of the change that we can obviously get lower star units to gear 12 and relics, and I, you know, as you can see, I put some pieces on those guys already as well. If this change wouldn't happen, you know, it would not look like I'm actually waiting for gear right now. So it'll take probably a few months that I clear up this backlog, and then we'll be back to a place where, you know, you can start hoarding things, I think. So even though technically Pirates are not needed, right? Once I get Mace, I'll get my 10.5 million, but because it'll take time to get there, at least, you know, we do have some pirates here already. I can get a minimum Ethano to relic free, right? Even he doesn't need to be 7 stars for that. Yeah, so at least I'll get 600k out of these guys instead of currently getting for 450k. So a little bit of kind of a transition team there, but that's the plan I have at the moment, to be honest. Because pirates doesn't even matter what the rest of the pirate faction looks like, because just with this, what I'm showing you with the top 4 teams, just 4 relic 9 units, just 4 relic 8 units, the other guys at relic 7. Personally, like relic 7 is not that big of a problem, whereas relic 8 and 9 obviously are quite big of an investment because of those relic materials. So if I can keep relic 8s and 9s to the minimum and still get my max score, get some bonus points with the pirates at relic 3 or maybe eventually relic 5, I think that will do. So the plan is in place, it's in motion. It'll just, as mentioned before, take about probably 6 months that I get there. So anyway, guys, hopefully this was useful and helpful, just kind of going through my current squads, what my plans are in terms like that, and just wanted to share with you my plan, because I know that all the relic 9s, you know, are kind of grabbing the headlines and, you know, the Tarkin splits and everything like that, but the thing is, if you want to save your relic 9 material, especially droid brains like I do for the territory battles, you know, you can get away without doing that and saving those droid brains for the units that you actually want to relic 9. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are working on, what your plan, what your time frames are like for this raid. Is your guild even taking it seriously, or they just like do whatever? But until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.